Blind baking a tart shell is important for achieving a crisp, not soggy texture. Start by arranging the oven rack to the level your recipe calls for. Most recipes call for baking the tart shell on the middle rack. Preheat your oven to the temperature specified in your recipe. After transferring the dough to a tart shell, cover it with plastic wrap and transfer it to the freezer to firm up. Without this step, you increase the risk that the sides of the tart will shrink in the oven and the scalloped edges will lose their crisp definition. Once your tart shell is chilled, set the tart pan on a large baking sheet. Press a double layer of aluminum foil over the top and edges of the dough. Covering the edges will keep them from burning. Fill the foil with pie weights. Pie weights prevent the dough from melting out of shape as the shell bakes, and they prevent bubbles from forming in the bottom. We like to use ceramic or metal pie weights because they conduct heat well and guarantee even browning. You can also use a pile of pennies, but don't use rice or dry beans. Neither of those is a good conductor of heat. Now you're ready to bake. You can either bake the tart shell all the way through, or you can take it out when it's set but not yet golden brown. If the filling is already cooked or only requires a few minutes in the oven, as with the sweet tart recipes that use a pastry cream filling, the tart should be blind baked with pie weights until the dough has set. Remove the inner layer with the pie weights before peeling off the under layer. This might be difficult to do if the crust is very hot. Let it cool for a few moments if you find it hard to peel off. Bake the shell for another 5 to 10 minutes until it's crisp and golden brown. For recipes that require little or no baking once the tart shell is filled, make sure the shell is fully baked, crisp, and golden brown all over before removing it from the oven. If the filling requires significant time in the oven, like in our camembert sun-dried tomato and potato tart, the partially baked tart shell is taken out of the oven so that the pie weights can be removed. Then, after the filling is added, the whole tart is returned to the oven to finish baking. In both cases, make sure to rotate the baking sheet halfway through baking. And this baking sheet doesn't just make it easier to remove the tart shell from the oven, it also conducts heat and helps crisp the bottom of the crust. So the next time you're making a tart for a party or a holiday, don't fear the blind baking step.
Thanks for watching America's Test Kitchen. What'd you think?
Well, leave a comment and let us know which recipes you're excited to make, or you can just say hello.
You can find links to today's recipes and reviews in the video description.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
See you later.
I'll see you later.